All right, so we're going to make homemade jalapenos today. So most of you are used to going into your local grocery store and paying for a small jar, $3.99 for the jar. I'm gonna show you how to go to like your local chef store and get a big bag of these. This was $7. And we're gonna turn this into 4 or 5 jars of what you would normally get for $3.99. We're gonna turn into 4 or 5 jars for just $7. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. What we'll need is obviously a big old bag of jalapenos, some basil, peppercorns, bay leaves to help keep them crunchy, oregano, and then my own personal spicy Italian seasoning that I use. And then we're also gonna throw some yellow onions in there. As you can see, we also got this huge bag at the chef store of yellow onions because I'm gonna make some garlic and onion powder. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to add the white vinegar, and we're gonna bring this not to a boil, but just a light boil, enough to where it's super hot to kind of give some heat and a little bit of cookage to the jalapenos. So we'll pour this white vinegar oil in. And then we're gonna add sea salt. I like the Celtic sea salt. It's not completely dry. It's got a little moisture to it. It's really good for you, non-processed. So everything I use is non-processed, no chemicals in it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of this sea salt in here. Let's stop now. All right, while our white vinegar is boiling with the sea salt, you can add your seasoning to it while it's getting ready to go to a light boil, but I just add it straight to the jar. And then I pour the hot vinegar on top of it. And then, like I said, I always add the bay leaves just because it keeps the jalapenos crunchy. Do I know how it does it? I have no damn idea, but it does. And it works, so I do it. And then we're gonna add a little bit of basil here. Now you can add your own seasoning. We're gonna be throwing in some garlic and some onion in here, and then a little peppercorns here to give it that little extra spice. And then what we're gonna do next is we're gonna chop up these, and we're gonna throw them into the jar before we fry them. Now we're gonna chop up these jalapenos. All right, now we're gonna do some onion. We're not gonna add a whole lot of onion. I just like to add the onion because it adds a little flavor to it. So I just kind of take about that much of an onion, chop it up, and then throw it right into the jar, which, as you can see, we kind of got our jar filled up here with jalapenos already. All right, we got our white vinegar and sea salt to a light boil, so we're gonna pour this in. You're gonna pour it in kind of full. You want it to get all the way up to the rim. And then I'm gonna put a glass weight on the top of this until it cools down before I put it in the fridge. So you want it to get down to room temperature and then put it in the fridge afterwards. So I'll put a little glass weight on these to kind of weigh them down until then. And you kind of just let them sit. So I'm just mixing this jar up really good. And as you can see, it's kind of starting to get soft in there. But, I mean, that looks fabulous. All right, so we got the jars cooling down on the counter, getting ready to go. Let me grab one of these for you. Look at how beautiful that looks right there. They start turning color when they sit for a little bit, but I'll try one here once they cool down too, so you can hear the crunch. Mr. Crunch Peppers. That's not the name, it just felt good to say at that time. But check it out, come on. All right, cool down, room temperature, getting ready to put these in the fridge. Well, let's try one. I don't know if you can hear that crunchiness, but it is super crunchy and super spicy because I put some of my spicy seasoning in there. But make these at home, save you some money, you'll get way more, and they're super good and crunchy. Try it. Alright, so now I air seal these. So after, what I do is I take this off and I wipe around here. I already kind of wiped around here to get a good seal. But I like to seal these. They'll normally seal themselves since you just put hot water in it. But I always like to still pop it open. And then I just make sure this thing's on there really good. And then seal it up, and then throw it in the fridge. It's good to go. And then you got your own jar. Now you want to check your jalapenos because some of these can be very hot, so you just want to know what you're making as well.